Alright, got the body filler filling in all the gaps, the ugly phase. It's the bottom neck. And I'll sand all this smooth, of course, and make it look perfect and beautiful. And I'll carve in a little curly Q once all this is all said and done. So I'm going to show it to you. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Yeah. And then when these are painted white, and I'm trying to decide whether to go with a white truss rod cover or a black truss rod cover. I'm going to go with a white nut, the bone nut on both necks. And in most pictures I have seen, it's either metal or the black version. So I got to decide, because I'm going to go with, I already got my white ENG pickups. I got the ENG pickups right here, both 81s, whites, and I already got them set. And I'm using the plastics as white. So, gotta decide whether, I was thinking about going white truss rod cover. Yeah, it'll look cool. You know, it'd still be able to distinguish and separate. And this is a custom guitar, so I can pretty much, there's no rules or anything, so. Alright, I'm going to let these get hard real good, and then I'll get to the sanding, and I'll see you in the next step. Alright, time to shape the upper neck headstock, and I'm going to put some sanding paper on there, and we'll see you next step. Alright, quick update. It's getting there, yeah. It's looking pretty good. I'm going to I'm going to adjust the curly Q, and then etch that in. And then I got to replace the nut on this bridge, and then we're gonna create a couple custom truss rod covers, and I'm gonna put my logo, my name logo right on the pickguard or the truss rod cover in black. Have silver screws, one here, one here, one here, and I'm gonna go with the white pickguard material. Same time I'm gonna go with the bone nut, and it's all gonna be white, so it's gonna look cool. All right, we'll see you in a sec. All right, got the curly Q, how I want it situated. Looking pretty good. So I'm gonna put an X-Acto blade and trace it out, and then I'm gonna take a Dremel tool and I'm gonna cut out the shape. All right, we'll see in a little bit. All right, got the headstock shape completed. Got the curly Q installed. Looking awesome. And now what I'm gonna do, till I get a close up, and paint it. It'll fill in all that little uneven voids there. Paint the headstock white, and I traced out the truss rod cover. I'm going to go with this one here that I found online, so it's cool. And I'm going to actually use 3 screws in the truss rod cover, and it's going to cover it right there. So, alright, I'm going to take off the old nut there, replace it with a new bone nut, and then start working on the truss rod cover. And once I get that completed, then we'll start on the bottom neck. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Okay, successful. Took out the nut, and what I used is just my hammer and my one tool, and I just barely tapped on it, and got a little bit of glue still attached, a little bit of material that came off this old cheap old nut. So I'm gonna get an X-Acto blade and get that out of there, and then I got my nuts here that I'm gonna use for this project, and these are bone nuts, and they're pretty cool. So. And then I'll shape it to fit properly, and I'll glue it in, and I'll show you that step. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, I got the new bone nut sanded perfectly. Took a little while to get it to fit exactly perfect, and I got it exact. Yeah, I've been doing these nuts for a while, so it's exactly perfect in there. And I'm thinking about putting some body. This nut was actually a little bit thinner than the regular nut that came with it. So I'm going to fill in some body filler just there and make it look perfect. And then I'm ready to make the truss rod cover. And then get the screws tapped. And then we're ready for paint. And then we'll be done with the top neck. Then we'll start working on the bottom neck. But let me put some super glue. I'll put a couple drops in the front here and then a couple drops in the bottom, and then set that. And I'll see you in a sec. Alright, that is super glued in, and it's looking good. Let's see, it's a good fitting close. So I'm going to get some body filler, and I'm going to fill in just that little slot in the front just to make it more perfect. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, got it all touched up. I'll sand this when it hardens. Touched up a couple of minor spots on the neck to make it perfect. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Alright, now I'll make the truss rod cover and get that set in. And then this will be ready for paint. And then this will cure for a while. And I'll get the truss rod cover set and the screws set in, and we'll be good to go. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, got the truss rod cover template drawn out, and that's the way it's going to look. Alright, time to get out the scroll saw. I'm going to make two of these. One for this guitar, one for the other guitar. Other neck, rather. Alright, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, got the scroll saw out. Got the truss rod cover, and I got the garden material. I'm going to trace this out red pen, and I'm going to cut it out on the scroll saw, and we'll see in a second. Alright, we are good to go. I got the custom truss rod cover cut, and make sure it looks like when it's placed. Yeah, there you go. Alright, it's awesome. So I'm going to put a screw here and a screw on either sides, and then sand all these little extra bits. Alright, we'll see in a second. Alright, got the holes drilled out. And I'm going to stick the screws in there. And we'll be right back. See you in a second. Alright, got the 3 holes put in the truss rod cover. It looks pretty cool. Alright, let me sand the little extra bits, and then we're going to drill the holes for this and then mount some screws. Get it mounted, then we'll be ready to tape up this neck, and I'm going to paint just the face. I was thinking about this earlier, and normally like on the Prince cymbal guitar, I did like the whole neck, and I did like a circular shape, and then did the color on the complete neck. I have wood matching paint, so I think for this guitar, because I like the way the wood grain looks and it complements the white, I think I'm just going to do the face white to match the body. Alright, looking good. Got the truss rod cover installed on the top neck, and this will look pretty cool. Alright, time to start working on the bottom neck, and we'll get these both painted at the same time. That way they cure at the same time. Not sure if I'll get around to painting them today. Probably. I mean, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'll get the do all the fretwork on the other neck and do all the things I did on this neck as far as sanding and getting everything going. And I did cut out an extra truss rod cover for the second neck. Well, I had all the stuff out there. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, got the bottom neck. Since I got all the shaping tools and everything I need for this right here, right now, all out and about, let's do the shaping first, and then I'll install the truss rod cover, and then I'll do the fretwork last, which there's not any specific order what you have to do, anything in particular. But alright, we'll see you next step. I'm going to sand this smooth and see if I can get it whipping into shape. One second. Alright, the bottom neck is sanded and looking good. It looks awesome. Alright, now I'm going to work on the curly Q, and we'll be right back. Alright, just a quick catch up. Got everything taped up and marked, getting ready to do the fretwork on the bottom neck. I did do the curly Q, and it looks pretty awesome. And I'm going to do all the fretwork, and I'm going to level it, crown it, polish, all that good stuff like I did the first neck. And then I'm going to install the new nut, and then install the screws for the truss rod cover, and then we're ready. And then install the tuning pegs and the screws, and then we'll be ready to paint both necks, and then we're good to go. Luckily, I do have another project I'm going to be starting. I'm going to do another Serpent Sting guitar. I don't know if you remember before, it's going to have a different paint job, of course, but I acquired this used neck, busted up a little bit. I'm going to fix the neck, and we're going to make another Serpent Sting guitar while we wait for the double neck. Oh, and I did finish the paint on the double neck Cloud Prince guitar, and I'll show you the updates with that. It looks awesome. Yeah, the paint job turned out really killer, but I'll show you that. I did that yesterday in the break, and we'll see you next step. Alright, all the frets are leveled, and now we're going to remark them, and we're going to put a crown. See you in a sec. Alright, got all the frets crowned and looking good. As you can see, there's a crown on all the frets. Alright, now time to go through the grits of sandpaper and make it round and make them shiny. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, all the frets have been rounded and polished and we are looking sweet. Alright, let me take the tape off and we'll see you in a second. Alright, looking good. All the frets are leveled, crowned, and polished, and I cleaned up the neck real good with some bug and tar remover to remove any residue from when I was doing the fret work, because a lot of times that metal powder will get on the fret. Anyway, okay, next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the nut, replace it with the other bone nut I have, and then it's going to be a little bit smaller, so I'm going to fill in with body filler and touch up anything up here with body filler if I need to. And then I'm going to take the cut truss rod cover that I cut earlier from the first time around and then drill the holes and then install the tuning pegs, and then we'll be ready for paint. Alright, I'll see you next step. Alright, cut and shape the new bone nut on the bottom neck. Now I'm going to get some CA glue and put a couple drops in the front underneath and attach it and make it look good. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, got the holes marked for the truss rod cover for the bottom neck, and I'm going to drill the holes and screw it in, and we'll see you in a sec. Alright, got the truss rod installed on the bottom neck. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to install the tuning keys and drill the holes. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty, we are good to go. I got the truss rod installed, truss rod cover, and the tuning keys, and we are screwed in and ready to go. And I had a reconsideration. When I paint this, I'm gonna take all the parts off, of course, but I'm gonna do a circle right here. I'm gonna tape it off, and I'm gonna paint the entire back white, sides, and then the front white. Because I thought about just doing the front, but I think it'd look better if I did like on the Prince cymbal guitar, to where I'll leave a tape line and I'll tape all the neck up, and then this will be white, and then the front will be white, so it'll be good to go. Alright, next step is to paint both necks, and of course I'm going to have chrome. I decided on chrome truss rod cover my logo, my Raglan logo, in chrome here on both necks, and that'll look cool. I was going to do black, but I think chrome will set it off better. But alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, just a preview. Here's the top and the bottom neck next to each other. Alright, now we're going to tape these guys up and then put some white coats on the top. Yeah, looks pretty killer. Yeah. And see, they're slightly different. The curly cues are slightly different, but I really like that. I like the fact that it's not like a uniform thing. I mean, they're close shape-wise, but as far as this one's got like a little bit tighter curly cue than the fatter one on the bottom. But yeah, it looks cool though. I like that. Gotta have a little bit of your personality kind of coming through a little bit. But alright, we'll see when I get the tape up. Alright, it's time to tape up the guitar next. I'll see you in a sec. Alright, we are taped up and we are ready for some white paint on the headstocks. So to show you what I'm going with on the back, I'm going to go with that shape. Alright, fingers crossed this goes well. Alright, we'll see when I get some paint on there. Alright, how's everybody doing? Just a quick update. Got the headstock painted. Looking pretty good. Yeah, looking awesome. 100%. I mean, it's not perfect. There's a few flaws, but I'm just being picky. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. So we're gonna let this cure for a few days, and then I got the body still curing. Body's been curing for about 3-4 days now. I'll let these cure for about the same, probably about another week or so, and then we'll be ready to set them up and put them together. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And the one on the left is actually the top neck, and the one on the right is the bottom neck, so it's a little reverse there, but pretty cool. And see how I got the round crescent there. But yeah. Alright. Whew. Fingers crossed. I just ran out of paint too. It was kind of stressful, and a few bugs were buzzing around, and somebody cooking some really stinky stuff, and it's just the stresses of life, huh? But at least we have guitars we can make to escape from what we can't control. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Yeah, I'm not sure if I actually showed the guitar, the body for the double neck Prince Cloud guitar. I'm not sure if I did a video for it or not yet. But yeah, I just wanted to show how good the paint looks. It's been curing now for about 2 or 3 days. And we're going to let it cure for at least another week. And the Hello Kitty guitar is looking good. But there we go. It's looking pretty awesome. Yeah, it's kind of dark in here, so you really can't see it in its full shininess. But just finished the headstocks, so let's see if we can see a little bit of glare. Yeah, a little bit, but it's real shiny. But that turned out really good. I'm really happy with the way the body turned out. Yeah. And like I showed in the previous video, got the headstocks done as well. Letting them cure. But alright. And actually this is a guitar I picked up from a really awesome person I met on Facebook. Of course I'm going to modify it. I did set it up. It was completely unplayable when I first got it. But yeah, it's a pretty cool guitar. Yeah. It's an Amazon. I fixed the chip. There was a chip in the corner there. Put my name in the headstock, of course. Did all the fret work, level, crown, polished, all that good stuff. Frets are, plays really awesome. I did put an EMG single coil pickup in it, but it still sounds a little tinny. I like the real fat, girthy sound, but I'm gonna ordered a single, one of my usual setups with the humbucker and the bridge EMG 81, and then a single volume knob. And that'll be it, but anyway. But yeah. And then look out for this build. She acquired this little body the other day. Look at how small this is and thin. Along with the headstock. I got the headstock over there. But yeah, it wasn't the headstock for the body, but look at how thin that is. That's gonna be a cool build. Gonna turn that into something pretty cool. But yeah. Alright, just a quick update. And we'll see you in a little bit. Hey, how's everybody doing? Okay, I just wanted to do a quick update on the truss rod covers for the Cloud double neck electric guitar build. Just wanted to show you that I did do the logos on the pickguards. And this is for the top neck. And it turned out pretty cool. But yeah, let's see if the I did it in chrome, so it looks awesome. Yeah, I think it'll set off with the chrome hardware, so it looks pretty cool. Just a quick update. Now we're letting the paint dry, and once all the paint cures, then we're ready to assemble. Can't wait for that step. It's going to be different because I added a few extra things to it, and it'll be pretty awesome. And we'll see you there. All right, we'll talk to you soon. All right. Have a good day.